Welcome back, fellow citizens of Jar, to Deron for Super President. This is the show in which we try to build our own country, take over the entire universe, and fix all of the universe's problems. If that sounds like something you think you might like, please hit the subscribe button down below to be counted as a citizen and to join us on our path to glory, space, frontier, far from here, up. Sometimes down, if you're standing upside down. If we are to get into space, we must first leave Earth. Easily said, harder done. How does one simply jump and dance and tickle the stars? You need to get through the atmosphere, pushing through the clouds and atmosphere, soaring among the birds, leaving them far behind as we go past, out, into nothing. Well, how do we do that? In order to get there, we're going to need, today, a ship. See, the problem is, air exists. Normally not an issue, more of an issue when your country has this flat, high-five shaped thing. We can't just take the lid off either. It catches the air rather wonderfully, which is great for air catching, but really bad when you want to go up very fast. So we need to design an interstellar, intergalactic, planetary spaceship. Something that may have a jar in there somewhere, but not quite entirely just a jar with thrusters on it. Now we'll need to take inspiration from both reality, unfortunately, and science fiction. First off, let's go into science fiction. Probably the most popular spaceship is the Millennium Falcon. Now, I don't like the Millennium Falcon. It's not designed for any form of spaceflight or space travel. It's apparently meant for hauling, even though it doesn't have a large hauling crew. Realistically, somebody just said, yeah, science fiction, and then just went about their day. And then they made something. Even the other Star Wars ships don't make any sense to me. The Boba Fett ship flies this way, as opposed to with a vacuum motion, which you'd expect. And realistically, most science fiction when it comes to Star Wars, it's bulbous party balloons or weird angles. And there's no way of telling which you're going to get. Now you might be thinking, if Deron, you don't want to deal with Star Wars, just go to Star Trek. It's like crossing the aisle, turning over to the other book, changing the channel. If I go to Star Trek, just look at this thing. How am I supposed to build this in real life? Gravity is gonna snap that like a twig. I can't have a balsa wood spaceship. There may be re-entry problems. If we go back to reality, oh, there goes gravity, we will have to look at two annoyingly realistic things. Actual spaceships and airplanes. Airplanes are mercifully designed to go up in the air, and stay up in the air, and bring you with them. They're very well designed. Almost as well designed as a bunch of birds that would take you straight to Mordor. Except birds need air to breathe, and I have yet to meet an airplane that needs air to breathe. Airplanes, not very jar-shaped, very effective shaped. Second off, we have things like NASA, or NASA for you other people, how they have this wonderful kind of bulbous protrusion, which basically is like a bottle rocket, but it's a real rocket. It's because it's rocket science. It's like actual real rocket science. Where they just basically have a bomb strapped to the side of a large thing and they shoot it into space. Now, unfortunately, we would probably have to deal with something like this. It does go up when you need more cargo, and we're just trying to get a bit of dirt or just anything into space to start with, so we won't need that much fuel. But I do notice, and this is very sad, that it doesn't have the little pointy spire. Because if I go into the Empire State Building, they like to claim how tall it is, and they get that like itty-bitty spike that's like super thin. My guess is you probably can't have a spike that's super thin that doesn't break really easily. You have a wind tunnel test. Can you imagine wind tunnel testing a jar? Just the problems we would have here and everywhere else. I could attach the nose cone from the NASA ships like here. That would be my thought. Realistically, we're gonna definitely need to do some testing. Maybe something where it's a little bit airplane, a little bit NASA, a little bit Star Wars, and a little bit rock and roll. I don't know. What do you all think? Realistically, we're going to need some serious testing if we're going to actually get us into outer space. But the Jar Space Institute of Outer Science, we're there. Yes, we're there. And we're there to build a spaceship. So I'd like you all to tell me what kind of spaceship you think we should have, give me suggestions and model in the comments, and on part 2 of this, we're gonna test some of these out in Kerbal Space Program and fail horribly, but we'll learn, and then one day we'll do it in real life and get into actual outer space. If this is a weird episode, I have very little time to film and edit and upload this one. So this has been your super presidential candidate Deron signing off for Saturday saying welcome to Jar. Jar takes all kinds. You are family now. Please join us this week and every week. We go up every single Saturday and Monday. Don't forget to check the description down below for links to some fun things. And I will leave you, as always, with our viewer-submitted model for Jar, which is we are Jar. If you love Jar, you love us. See you Monday. And this episode is brought to you by Luke and also by Rachel. Like 2 shining stars in the sky, they give me money.